The age of disclosure, the confession they tried to erase. They told you the age of disclosure was a film, a harmless documentary, a step toward truth. It wasn't. It was a signal, buried inside a story, wrapped in lies, and broadcast through you. A message that wasn't meant to be seen, only transmitted. They said it was about UFOs. They lied. It was about us, and what happens when the watchers realize we've been watching back. Every screening, every upload, every share wasn't exposure. It was ignition. And if you've already seen it, you've already been marked. Today we dive into the age of disclosure, the confession they tried to erase. I was there. Not as a filmmaker, as a ghost with clearance that doesn't officially exist. They told me to monitor reactions, to record what happens when truth leaks by accident. But that wasn't the real experiment. Behind the studio walls, buried under 5 layers of front companies, was Project Echo. Its purpose? To measure how much forbidden knowledge the human mind could endure before it breaks. At first, it felt harmless. 34 witnesses, each dropping fragments of the myth. Crash retrievals, reverse-engineered craft, bodies that weren't human, yet familiar. But halfway through filming, something slipped. A man they didn't schedule sat down in the chair. No credentials, no ID, just eyes that looked wrong. He stared straight into the lens and whispered, "You're not interviewing us about them. You're interviewing us because they told you to." The lights flickered, the audio cracked. Then the camera stopped on their own. That clip never aired. They said it was corrupted. But when they burned the reel, the playback didn't stop. Under the crackle, I heard voices, not echoes, responses. That's when I realized we hadn't made a documentary. We'd opened a frequency. Days later, the edit bay became haunted. Footage rearranged itself, faces blurred, then reappeared in places they'd never been. Audio reversed, revealing whispers that matched the dead man's voice. The distortion wasn't random. It was intentional. I recognized the pattern from a classified project I'd read about, Project Gleam. It was based on alien light frequencies, energy that could encode consciousness into digital media, meaning the footage was alive. Frame 482 confirmed it. A pale, transparent face appeared behind the glass, and the time code shifted to spell one word: repeat. The director called an emergency meeting. He looked hollowed out, hands shaking, voice trembling. He said, "It's called the age of disclosure because it's not about revealing the truth. It's about training humanity to survive it." Then he leaned close and whispered, "Disclosure isn't coming. It's looping." Roswell, Rendlesham, the Tic-Tac. Each one just another round of conditioning, not revelation, acclamation. The whistleblowers began disappearing, 11 in 2 weeks. Official causes: heart failure, car accidents, or extended travel. But their phones stayed active, logged into the same encrypted network. Someone, or something, was still using their accounts. Then I got a message, a distorted voice whispering through static. It said, "They made us the medium." Metadata showed it didn't come from the internet. It came from inside the footage itself. When I called my agency contact, he answered instantly. "We know. That's why you were assigned." keep the signal stable. That's when I understood. We weren't documenting the phenomenon. We were feeding it. The film was designed to spread itself. Every render carried a low-frequency modulation tuned to human brainwaves. They called it cognitive resonance. The insiders had a darker name, inoculation, not to hide the truth, to introduce it, one dose at a time, until alien contact feels like déjà vu instead of terror. Then came the final signal, hidden coordinates in the end credits. Viewers decoded them, a decommissioned range in Nevada. Satellite scans revealed heat signatures, pulsing, geometric, alive. At the center, a burned circle marked with a single symbol, Echo 3, the origin of it all. I deleted the files, smashed the drives, but every night the same word hums through the static. Repeat. And every time I close my eyes, something white and towering stands behind the reflection. They said the age of disclosure would change humanity forever. Maybe it already has. Because if you've watched this far, you've already joined the network. Your mind carried the pattern. Your frequency synced. And somewhere between the noise and the silence, something ancient just learned your name. End of transmission. Repeat.